even when I'm down. Got my head in the clouds and my feet on the ground. I got big dreams, gonna make them true.
Yeah, welcome to the GeniusLab, where we make your dreams come true. It's so nice to be back. I've been on the road for a couple of months and doing some touring, and man, what an awesome time I had. It was great. Met some really cool people, reconnected to some old friends, and now I'm back. So today we're going to talk about creating courage, because one of the things that I learned and talked about over and over and over again with all the different people that I met was that after the whole COVID thing and with all the turmoil that's going on in the world, people are afraid to reach out. There's a lot of fear. And some of it is fear of being criticized because there's so much dissension in the world. And part of it is just uncertainty about whether your direction is the best direction to take or not. And when we see things falling apart so easily, we realize how fragile things are, how fragile relationships are, how fragile democracy is, how fragile friendships can be, and family ties. I was just talking to a guy the other day, and he's like, man, this is crazy. I have family members that won't even speak to me because of how I view a certain thing. And it has nothing to do with me personally or them personally, but they take it so seriously that they won't speak to me anymore. And this kind of stuff is terrible, and it causes dissension and it causes fear. And fear, of course, is the antithesis of courage. And so today I want to talk to you about how to build courage. And this is a really simple formula, but it's really, really powerful, and it works. So there's a formula, okay? Clarity plus confidence equals courage. And it's simple and powerful and terrifying because it requires you to be completely and totally honest and stand in a place of your own power that might be criticized or judged. And, I always say that's why God gave you middle fingers. If people want to give you shit about what you believe or what you think about something, and they want to cause problems or they want to be adversarial, hey, give them the bird. And so, because sometimes it doesn't help to talk. It doesn't help to try and reason because people just want to fight. So I'm going to tell you a really cool, easy formula to build courage. And this can be around a particular issue. It can be in general. It can be a systemic thing that basically something that is really challenging for you when you find courage in it and you confront it, that all of a sudden other things in your life become much easier and you're more courageous dealing with those things. And so it's really powerful. So clarity plus confidence equals courage. Clarity. How the heck do you get clarity? So there's a bunch of different ways. And the ways that I recommend, there's internal and then there's external clarity. And I use a little of both because in terms of internal clarity, to get clarity, meditation, contemplation, sitting in silence, focus, if you're focused on a particular thing. And that's great, but you're still resourcing yourself, and the part of yourself that is not healed or the part of yourself that is in fear or apprehension is also going to be influencing your clarity when you're only sourcing yourself, your own internal being. So that's where outside sourcing is really powerful, because I just had a situation happen where I'm working on building a certain part of my business and I have not been able to crack the code. It's been very frustrating. And so I tossed it out to a friend of mine and said, hey, can you look into this and see what you get? And it was so wonderful because they called me back and they're like, well, have you thought of this? And I'm like, no, I haven't actually. You thought of that? No, I hadn't thought of that either. So it was really cool to get the outside sourcing that helped take me beyond my own limited perspective. And so sometimes a counselor or a therapist or a shaman would be are places where you can access that external information, all of them coming from a little bit different viewpoint or a little bit different tradition. And another form of outside sourcing for clarity is divination, tarot cards, tea leaf readings. The most accurate form of divination that I've ever seen, and I learned this from my teacher Malidoma back in 2007, is called cowrie shell readings. And the thing that I love about cowrie shell readings is, number one, it's been around for thousands of years, and things don't last a long time unless they work, especially in indigenous cultures. The second thing that I like about it is it comes from a 5-element viewpoint. So it's not just a single point of view. Every element influences a certain aspect of your energy, and how they dance with each other will give you the picture that can bring amazing clarity, and not only that, but direction on what to do in order to remedy things that might be problematic. Or eradicate obstacles that have been in your way. If you go to cowrieshellreadings.com, there's a bunch of information there. The blogs are good. Check it out. Let me know if you're interested in a session to gain some clarity. And anyway, so that's another way. So we have like tarot cards, we have different kinds of readings, we have, you could go to a psychic. That can be a little dicey sometimes. There's a lot of projection that goes on there. But the cowrie shell readings, check it out. They're really powerful, and go to the testimonial page because you'll hear what people say that I've worked with. So anyway, after you have your clarity, you have your internal clarity, you have your external clarity, it builds confidence. And confidence, the best way to secure and lock in building confidence that I've found is visualization. This is really powerful. Once you get clear on what your situation is, begin to visualize your desired outcome. Let's say you want a promotion at work and you're afraid to ask for it. So you get clarity. You get clarity on why you should have it, how you earned it, how you deserve it, how you have contributed to your employment, your company, your team, whatever it is, and then you build confidence, and part of that clarity is also where you want to go and why you want to be there. That gives you the confidence to then visualize, okay, I'm going to start with my direct supervisor, and then you create your plan of attack, and the execution of your plan, and then you visualize it and watch it happen. Watch you walk into the room of your supervisor or your team leader and sit down with them. Imagine them having a positive response towards you coming and being in the same room with them. And then imagine you eloquently asking for what it is that you want exactly, and having them graciously and happily responding in the manner that you would like them to respond in. And then pay attention to how you feel, okay? Visualization is great, but one of the things that a lot of people leave out are the emotions attached with the visual. If you go in, imagine yourself being confident and powerful and absolutely clear on what you're asking for. Then you go and do it and visualize yourself doing it, and then visualize the response. And then most importantly, feel what it feels like to get that response. That is really, really powerful, because that's where the powerful energetics comes into, is when we add emotion to our visualization. So see it, feel it, own it. Okay? So we have clarity, and then we have a way to build confidence. And then last but not least, this creates courage. And courage is the ability to stand on your own, to see yourself of tremendous worth and tremendous value, and face the thing that you're afraid of or that you're apprehensive about so that you can get your desired outcome and live in power in the world. So that's it for today. Clarity, confidence, courage. That's how to live. Try it out. Let me know how it works for you. And then check out cowrieshellreadings.com. Let's see if we can bring some clarity through a reading so that you can master whatever it is that you need to master to live the life you desire. That's it. Have a great one.